what we learned from that, if you don't know, NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month, where you try to write a 60,000-word novel in 30 days. This happens in the month of November. They also have a summer camp, which I don't know as much about, but Joe, you've done that a couple times?
Yeah, I've done NaNoWriMo since 2013. I was waiting up until I got full custody of my kids. After that, it's a little trickier because I'm filled with less hatred. And this year I was writing a project about a guy who meets his musician, and he works for a magazine that interviews celebrities for like and he gets his first big break where he gets to interview him. I got to 25,000 words, almost even, and I was like, sweet, halfway, fuck yeah. So I was like, alright, I'll come right back to this. And then I didn't come right back to this. And my notes are still all over my desk right now. And, I mean, it's in the middle of December now. And that kind of sucks because, it's taken us this long to record. But every single time we have to record, something comes up. Or, like, my job does something, or my computer acted up yesterday. So it's anyone's guess, really. But as far as NaNoWriMo goes, I did fail it. I got 25K. I still have the other 25K to write, but it's funny because I don't even have the motivation to finish this one. I want to work on last year's project some more because what I think really killed it for me this year was I was just kind of going through the motions. Like, I felt like there was this void between myself and my project, and I wasn't doing it out of love for the project anymore. I was just doing it to do it, and I wasn't having fun, and that's something that's very important to me when I'm writing, as I want to know that I'm having fun when I'm writing it, because if it's not fun, your reader's not going to give a shit either. Yeah.
Based on a cover I had just kind of made for fun.
Yeah.
Now, it did become interesting, but I think I only ended up getting like 15 to 16,000 words into the actual project. And they went all over the place. Because I tried to enhance it, which was never a great idea.
I mean, it works for some people, but for me, I definitely can't do it. I'm definitely not a pantser. Mm-hmm.
Somewhere, and I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm going to do now. And then, that's not really the best way to do it. But I now have, if anything, instead of giving me a novel, NaNoWriMo gave me a plot line for a semi-decent novel.
Nice.
That I will probably work on when I finish everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And stuff like that. We've talked about that before. I think it gets kind of difficult when you have a project that's almost ready to be put out to the market.
Right.
To then say, hey, I'm just going to write this other thing now.
Yeah. I feel like I was cheating on Janie.
Exactly. It's a little bit, yeah. That's probably the best way to put it. Because it's hard, I guess, to look at the finish line and then go, no, what? I'm just going to go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Thought process.
Yeah. And what comes with that is the longer that you spend away from your project, the more it congeals. So you're going to go back to it, and it's just going to be like this hard, crusty surface that, you can barely remember what that injury is from, but like you remember getting it somehow. And I had to read through the first 23,000 words of Janie just to get myself caught up now, because there are little like nuances that happen throughout it that I remembered that I wanted to add later on. And just little stuff like I don't want to give away too much, but there's a couple of little things that come up at the point that I'm supposed to be writing right now in Janie. And you know what they say, you know, the best way to write a book is to write. Well, goddamn, I need to know what I'm writing now. So that's kind of what's holding me back. I get the cool thing about NaNoWriMo is it gives you a lot of encouragement, even if you fail. It gives you like a little email or some shit like that. That's like, oh wow, you did a good job. You, this year was the first year I donated because I was that confident about winning. And anyway, so they're like, hey, congrats! Like you supported us and you did this and you started writing a book and you know it's still there. And I'm like, thanks, NaNoWriMo, for not telling me I'm a loser. And what's that? You fucking loser. So, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not dogging on people who fail it. It's just I'm particularly hard on myself when it comes to failure because I'm from an area where if you fail something, it's kind of very important, like life or death kind of shit usually. So, like even with my dad when I was a kid, like if you fuck up, you fucked up bad kind of thing. And nowadays, I'm so hard on myself now because if I fail something, then I'm gonna regret it so hard. So when I didn't finish Janie and I started writing the Black Expose, I was like, even in the first like chapter that I wrote, I felt like I was just shitting words out. Like I didn't feel like there was that connection there. And I think ultimately that's what really killed me in the end of my project. Is I got to a very important plot point at the halfway mark where my main character realizes what he needs to do to get this fucking interview that's been held off. And when I was writing this project, the thing that stuck out, oh my god, I know English words sometimes. One of the things that stuck out to me the hardest was my vocabulary was significantly more poor than it had been in any other project I've done. Because I was so focused on writing, I wasn't focused on the quality of my writing. And I know, you send that shit to your editor and fix it later. But that's not like, it was an alien feeling to me.
Whoa, hold on. You should edit it before you send it to your editor.
Yeah.
Be nice to these poor editors, Joe. Don't send them first drafts.
My editor for the Vacation Planet, the best way she described it to me is, like, you have this block of wood, and as you edit, it kind of, like, whittles away at that block of wood and creates this sculpture, right? And sometimes, the editing process can take a while because they're just sent blocks of wood. And so, I hand him the chainsaw and say, you see that tree? I want that tree into this little sculpture. That's kind of what I did with the Vacation Planet. Well, it wasn't... It wasn't so bad, though. I did edit until the last 5 chapters on that one. And she said I covered all the plot points that I needed to do. And after that, she kind of made... we kind of worked together on it, and she was really chill about it, so that's what made my editor kind of stand out to me anyways.
Joe, I don't even run it through spell check Slater.
You just see the manuscript, and the first thing it says is The Vacation Planet by Joe Slater. Sorry, that was my alarm for the school bus. But my kids are staying at the after-school program today, so that was a nice little interruption. It was Rocket Ship from Futurama. Anyways, going back to the project, what was you made it to about 15,000 words, but what was it that kind of slowed you down to that screeching halt there?
My characters were really boring, and then they started to get interesting when I made them spree killers. But I just feel like I write a lot of really folky horror, and I didn't feel like I was doing anything new with this horror until I made them spree killers.
Gotcha.
You know, like folk horror, it's always, hey, you know, your characters find themselves in a small town that has big secrets.
Right.
Type of thing, and it was just, I just felt everything I was writing had been done before, not in a good way.
Right.
And then I changed it up, but by the time that I changed it up, it was already like the end of November, and like, you know, I had other stuff to do, and over time, not going to dedicate all the time to this project. I had a book fair I had to go to, which was kind of interesting. That was my second in-person event.
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess we can talk about that too. I guess slightly decent network.
Nice. Nice job.
It wasn't a big sales day. It was like rainy, and it was like in an art gallery.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, it was free for me to be there.
Yeah.
They gave me a free table and everything, so I'm not complaining. It was like 4 hours out of my day. I got to meet a lot of other local authors.
Mm-hmm.
But we were like in the back of a painting gallery thing.
Huh.
You couldn't even like see us in there, and there was like no outside signs even saying what was going on.
Huh. Yeah. That's kind of a bummer. But the cool part is you got to go out there and network, and you know that's always important, especially in any industry it's good to network, but with writing, there's a lot of good examples of, you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And
Well, I think that's more traditional publishing.
nice. That's probably a better call. The reason why I went self-published with this one is, I would have preferred to do, I would definitely prefer to do traditional publishing, even like signing a contract from a publisher, or like if the publisher was like, if you write 2 books a year, we'll call it good. And I'd be like, well, shit, I can do that. I would just set aside 2 months of the year that I would just knock out a couple of novels, and I know for sure that is something that I would be able to do. But, you know, I am. But who wants to do that with me anyway? So, yeah, I went straight up with Amazon, and the cool thing I'm running into already about it, I actually got some fan art from one of the, I don't know if you've read it or not. No, I'm not offended if you haven't. But if you know any of the characters, this character named Schnapps, and what she does is she creates spray painted like graffiti everywhere she goes. She never like leaves a wall or a surface without being cleared out. And there's this one particular scene where they're looting a crashed ship, and when Amp comes out of the ship, he sees Schnapps spray painting this on the side of the ship. And I can send this to you, Jacob, so that, you know, maybe when this comes to YouTube, you'll be able to show it off. But I've got this right here.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, so I got some fucking fan art, and that was just awesome. I freaked out hard when I saw that. I was like, oh my god, it's ah! But,
Put that on your Facebook.
right, I was going to. I haven't gotten to it yet. This person says they're going to send me a digital copy, which would be better, because that's just a picture of a picture. But, man, I got that, and I was just losing my mind. But, my fans with the Vacation Planet continues to blow me away. And after I've gone through the process myself, I've said this in other podcasts, but, you know, now that I've gone through the process, I've lost, like, my published virginity. So I kind of know, I'm not a master of it yet, but I kind of know what to do now, where things go, and how they're supposed to look, and all good things to know. And so I'm stoked. In fact, the artist that was going to be working on Janie for me got back to me, and I sent him a manuscript of what I've already got. and he was like, he sent me in Billy Mays font, which is what I call caps lock. But in all caps lock or Billy Mays font, he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so awesome! I want to make this scene. I want to draw this and that." And I'm like, "Yeah," because the instructions I gave him was find a scene that sticks out to you as an artist, like in your artist mind. You know what would stick out to you if you saw a book, and there's a portal to the conscious sanctum. There's like this dark purple portal, and he said, "Man, something like that would be cool with the raven in it and shit." So I've got that going for me.
Joe giving spoilers for all of his books that aren't out yet.
Spoilers. Yeah. You know the characters. Summer, I think. No, it's not Summer. It's the lady from Doctor Who, and she's always shushing him and saying, "Shh, spoilers." I am like the anti. It's Summer Pond. I thought so. I'm like the anti Summer Pond, where I'm like, I just straight up say things because I get so excited about them, and that's my bad, guys. Yeah.
But I would like to talk about some other stuff.
Yeah.
Dean Wesley Smith wrote a good thing the other day about, I don't know if you know Dean Wesley Smith. He's a super prolific writer. He wrote under a lot of pseudonym. He did a lot of like the Star Wars and Star Trek.
Cool. Nice.
And he was traditionally published for a long time. He's put out like, I swear they said it's like in the hundreds books-wise. They don't let you publish more than one book, and you're under your own name, and they own all the rights to your stuff. Whereas, like, he said in the last, like, 2 or 3 years, he put out, like, 60 or 70 books self-publishing that he owns completely.
Nice. Good for him.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, he's also from that background where, like, you know, that was his whole thing, is he put out books really fast and put them published.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they do.
Yeah. Right.
And then you actually know where your money's coming from instead of getting fake ones.
Right. That's true. That's that's a good call.
Because I've looked at doing, I always do this thing where I go to like Horror Tree or Cold Writers Market or Dark Markets, and I look at like the anthology.
Mm-hmm.
And I do this thing where I'll like bookmark a bunch of them, and I'm gonna write all these stories for this. And I look at it, and I was like, man, I'm gonna write an 8,000-word story. They're gonna give me $5. And they're gonna own my story for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I recently got the newsletter because I get newsletters from the New England Horror Writers, and they're working on an anthology right now, and they're still accepting submissions. But I might put something into them, but I'm not really entirely sure yet because every time I start a new project, I go, I could be working on Janie right now, but I guess I'll work on this. And Janie's pretty special to me because the feedback I've gotten just on the first couple of chapters from different people is really exciting to see. So I'll probably just work on that.
If you're new to this podcast, Joe writes really good books, and then he puts them in the desk, and he locks them away, and no one ever misses
I straight up carry them.
The minute you tell Joe you like one of his manuscripts, he's like, well, the world's never seen this.
Oh shit, it's true too.
It is true, because I've seen that happen with 3 separate novels. I'm like, Joe, this is not publishing.
Oh man, yeah. The issue I ran into with the Devil's Calling, which is one of the first ones that I had you borrow, was
The Devil's Calling, with Wild Abandon, Janie, the one about the fucking dog.
yeah.
Jesus Christ, that was good.
I read.
And you're like, this is gonna be serious. Never got that serious.
Yeah, I'm full of shit all the time. No, I reread Hounds of the Heart Estate, or Hounds, or whatever the fuck it's going to be called. I don't actually have a name for it, but basically the Hound story. I reread it, and I was like not impressed with how I wrote it, but you know other people like it, so.
Do you think that sometimes you do that thing, and I do it too, where you like reread something and you're like, this is
Yeah, I do.
but you also know in the back of the head, like in the back of your head, you're never gonna make it good enough where you feel like you can put it out.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah, every time I write something that's like, someone will get really pissed at me about me not publishing it yet. And, yeah. And then I keep saying, yeah, I'll get around to it, and then I'll start something new, and people will be like, no, don't start something new yet, get on the other thing. And I'm like, but I like this idea.
Yeah. Put it out. Just get it out there. It always makes me think of that part on writing where Stephen King talks about throwing first feet in the trash.
Yeah.
Well, I can relate to that. But yeah, no, you should put all of those out immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I should. What projects do you currently have in the air right now? Because I'm juggling like 6 things at the moment.
Yeah, I'm talking a lot of shit for a person that has like 9 finished novels on their hard
There it
drive
is.
that need to be edited and haven't seen the light.
Uh-huh. And one day you're gonna turn like 50 years old. You're gonna look at this old dusty hard drive, and you blow it off like this like fucking Indiana Jones, and there will be this golden gem, just piles of like Emily Dickinson, which by the way I only know that I have the same birthday as her because my birthday was 2 days ago. But Emily Dickinson, she like had her sister or her best friend or somebody burn all of her letters. And then a while later, they found when they were going through her things, they found a trunk. And in the trunk, they found, like, all of her poems that are all published now. And they found all these poems, they're like, shit, this is really good. And, you know, that's probably going to be one of us, Jake. Well, probably, most likely, my kids or my grandkids, my grandkids will open, like, this hard drive, and they'll put it in expecting, like, I don't know what they'd expect from me at that point. Probably just a lot of, like, hate porn. And then they'll find it, and they'll just see, like, tons of poems and Emily Dickinson kind of stuff. So,
I don't write poetry, but I'll tell you right now, if I'm not sitting a little wealthy at 50 years old on my writing laurels, I'll take that back. By 35, if I'm not making a decent income, I'm going to start just writing hardcore Sasquatch erotica.
yes.
That shit sells on Amazon.
Do it.
I don't know why.
Do it.
I see it. Oh, dude, I was on, this is way off topic. I was using KDP Rocket the other day.
Uh-huh.
One of the books in the series I'm trying to put out has a Sasquatch in it. And I was just trying to find keywords for Sasquatch.
Oh no.
Every fucking book. There was like one actual Sasquatch horror book, and everything else was like
Sasquatch, I love you.
straight up Sasquatch erotica.
That's different. Huh.
Speaking of and they sold, like, some of them were making like $5,000 a month.
What the
If you guys
fuck?
don't know what KDP Rocket is, it is a piece of software made by the KDP entrepreneur guy, David Chess. I may just mess his name up, but anyway, it lets you look at like Amazon categories and keywords to see what the top books in it is, and to also see what the top books are making monthly. And it kind of just helps you pick, like, it helps you in your marketing of your book. And back to Sasquatch erotica, there was a weird movie that came out in the 80s called like NaNoWriMo. I don't know if you've ever heard of that movie.
No.
I'm into a lot of like weird old horror.
No, that's cool, man. I think that shit's awesome.
So yeah, Tanu's Island, kind of a weird thing. It's like Harry and the Henderson, except it's about this young couple that crashes on this island, and then the woman leaves her man for the Sasquatch that lives on the island, and the guy spends the rest of the movie trying to kill the Sasquatch.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
that is
fucking movie.
someone obviously goes to different places than I do when I go to bed.
Yeah.
But
I like the idea that that guy sat in a fucking studio and explained this movie, and they're like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, no, that sounds good. It sounds like a good use of our
I imagine whenever I see a stupid idea that comes into fruition, I think of the scene from Elf. Now that it's Christmas season, I think of that scene from Elf where they have
Oh, they're all setting in the
we're all sitting at this long table, and then they have
and the tomato learns self-respect.
yeah, and they have like they have Peter Dinklage come in, and he's got this mastermind of book ideas, and they're like, "Hey, here's an idea. She's gonna fuck Sasquatch." Yeah, there we go. And everyone's like, "Yeah, you're here. Yeah, boss, you really did this time. Thanks, Jenkins. Grab me a coffee. 2 sugar, no cream."
Yeah, I like that idea. They're just like, "Yeah, can you make it for under $3 million? Done. Whoever you need. Get a road bill. We don't even care at this point. Whatever you can do." It's the 80s, man. This is a great idea.
This is the land of opportunity.
The movie, man, I remember I looked it up on IMDb one time, and the movie did not make a lot of
No. Well, what was that? What? That's a surprise, huh? What was that movie called?
It's called, like, Tanu's Island. It's super, I think it might be on Amazon Prime. It's either on Amazon Prime or Shudder, which, if you have Shudder and you haven't seen Summer of '84, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That movie's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I don't have Shudder, but I have. I'll look for that later. I don't have Shudder, but that's the one that's like all horror shit, right? All horror movies.
If you go, if you want to try it for 30 days, you can put in, are you familiar with Reward Magazine?
No, unfortunately not. The most.
This is a horror magazine.
Oh,
But
cool.
If you want to make an account, you just put in Reward.
Mhm.
That's what I did for the promo code, and it gives you like 30 days.
Yeah, the best thing that I found was, or I actually resubscribed to Writer's Digest, and they always have some really good tips in there. It talks to like not just like other writers, but it talks to people who edit and publish for a living, and it gives you a lot of like heads ups for what publishers look for and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool too.
I like that magazine. I think I liked, there was another one, I think it was called like Writers or something. That I liked a little more, just because I found like Writer's Digest and Poets and Writers was the other one, and I feel like they just kind of shit on ebooks a lot.
Yeah,
And I'm like, you guys obviously don't understand how this market's working.
yeah, I can see that. I mean, if you said that kind of shit, you know, it's kind of out of left field. Like, where have you been for like the last 10 years, kind of thing.
And it's weird because when I was at this book fair, I ran into that mentality a lot as well, where like I would talk to people and I would be talking about like marketing and newsletters and stuff, and their response would be like, "I'm a writer. I don't. That's not my job."
Right.
And I'm like, "Oh, okay. This is probably why you're a salesperson." Not trying to throw stones at glass houses, but it's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I'm. You know, with marketing, I have like the know-how. It's just the energy that goes into marketing is so. It's just needy.
Take a separate day for it.
Yeah, it's just really needy sometimes.
I do love my newsletter though. Like I said, I have a version knocks that come out at the end of this month. Knock on wood. And I think the newsletter is going to help out a lot with that release. I'm going to release it at like 99 cents. I'm going to push it through the newsletter. I'm going to push it through Amazon ads. I'm going to push it through Facebook ads. Especially after Christmas, I really got those gift cards to do email.
Yep.
So, hoping that does pretty well. But honestly, the best thing I think that I did was get Mark Dawson's course. He did this whole like ads for self-published authors course, and he goes over like Pinterest ads, YouTube ads, and everything. And it's like it's a little pricey. I think I had to pay like $70 a
Wow.
and you have it for the rest of your life. Like you get new updates all the time. This new stuff comes out.
That's really interesting. That
Yeah.
he does that. That's kind of cool.
He makes millions. He was one of the earlier guys to make a lot of money. He published
Yeah.
himself, published
Right.
which is like I think like 7 figures a year, probably.
Hmm.
I'm not his banker. I just know.
Yeah, that's for sure. A lot of people are like that with me. I'll be like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. And they're like, yeah, it's just a little hobby of mine. And then they make more money than I do a year. So that's kind of fun. All under the table, tax-free kind of crap, too.
I met a girl the other day that makes like 6 figures a year, didn't even make startups. Like they're smart.
What?
Like they expect yourself on Etsy.
Why?
See, it's shit like that. That's like, man, I can do that.
Yeah.
I can write books. That's way easier. I was like, you don't have, all you gotta do is knit. You don't have to put plots or nothing.
That's so funny. Oh, shit.
Literally all she does.
Yeah, it's little stuff like that that pisses me off. Like people who made, like the guy who made the pet rock, like retired a very wealthy guy, because he made he put a rock in a box, and fucking sold it for $20. Because he's smart.
That guy from like Texas that mails potatoes, he like writes on potatoes with Sharpie, and he pays $10 to mail a potato with like Sharpie and $10.
Okay.
Dude makes a lot of money mailing potatoes.
Huh.
Yeah. That kind of pisses you off more than Pet Rock.
It does. That's just... Any lazy ass could do that. That's why it's...
It took a motivated lazy ass to make it.
Yeah, it's like some next level lazy shit. That's just a great idea.
I don't hate that hustle.
No.
You can convince people to pay you for a potato, but they're not even going to eat it. They're going to mail with a funny message on it that they have to choose for you to write. That's fucking awesome. That's right after the Pet Rock thing.
It's just like the Budweiser commercials. Genius!
And that's the thing. It's like sucking away money from
Mhm.
it, but
Yeah,
so
back to the I know that we already kind of dismissed the project, the NaNoWriMo thing, but with NaNoWriMo, what would you pick up for next year, or are you even doing it next year that you know of?
okay, so I'm not gonna like right out and say I'm not gonna do it next year.
Mhm.
I'll probably do it next year if I'm caught up on all my work.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I feel like a lot of my work is suffering for it because every time I start working on something, a new NaNoWriMo will come up, or Camp NaNoWriMo. And it's kind of funny because I wish my stats for Camp would show up on regular Nano, because they would look way better. Because I haven't failed Camp NaNoWriMo yet, and I do it with kids and everything, and it takes place during the summer, and it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, the best way to write a book is to write, but fuck, I've got so many things to work on. I don't know, man. Yeah, I think that just about covers it. Hey, but I did want to mention, I did see your tweet there on Twitter, and I got an actual laugh out of it. I saw it at like 4 a.m. when I was getting ready for work, and it was, I failed NaNoWriMo, but at least I tamed the West with Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2. And I'm like, yep.
That
Yep.
also fucked me up really bad. I bought like 2 weeks into NaNoWriMo, I bought Red Dead Redemption 2 and Fallout 76. and somehow thought I was gonna also finish everything.
Yeah. I haven't even finished the campaign for Red Dead yet.
I haven't either, and the worst part is, now that online's out, and I'm playing online,
I know,
we're dicks on it.
yeah, I joined you that one time, and then you went into a story.
Everyone continually tries
Yep.
I'm like, I'm trying to do a quest here. Stop that. Like, I don't care about you. You can go into the barber shop without shooting. That game. But before we do go, I also want to talk about a little bit about different promotions that I know I'm doing, and just kind of get your thoughts on it.
Sure.
You've heard of like Wattpad?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
I'm looking, so I have some stuff I'm going to put on that, and I started doing this thing. Because like I said, I do want to write short stories. I have a lot of ideas for short stories. But my biggest problem is I don't want to sell my short stories
Mm-hmm.
for like $5 and then not do them.
Right.
So I made this project on Wattpad, and I'll put it in the show notes. But I can't pronounce it. It's Japanese. It's called 100 Supernatural Tales. It's a Japanese parlor game where like people basically just sit around and build like 100 different stories.
That's cool.
So my goal is to not all at once, obviously, because I am
I didn't put a simple guy.
but fill this thing with like 100 supernatural tales.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a couple already written, so I'm
Right.
excited about that. And then I'm re-editing my LitRPG project. I'm going to put it on Railroad. I think I'm going to put everything both on Railroad and Wattpad. Railroad is kind of also like Wattpad.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Royal Road, but that does sound like something I'd be interested in checking out.
it's kind of like the same thing where you kind of put your writing up there and you use it on it.
Hmm.
Because here's the thing, when I thought about publishing in anthologies and magazines,
Right.
a lot of it, I wasn't thinking too much about the game. I was hoping that it would be good for promotional purposes.
Right.
Like, hey, because we're writers, like, what we have authors are writers.
Right.
So you can read, 5, 8, 10-page story, and you like what he wrote, you might say, oh man, this guy also wrote a novel or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't really feel that a lot of these anthologies, because the first thing I do when I see a publisher listing an anthology is I go on Amazon and I see what their other stuff is.
Exactly. I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't published anything since the Vacation Planet, is because I have really high expectation of myself after the Vacation Planet came out. I expect myself to be the same level of intensity as Vacation Planet, and with the same completion, the same, because I tried so hard to make sure my vocab isn't repetitive, and it was like reading the same chicken soup recipe over and over again when I wrote my novel this year. And it was just like, okay, this, then this, then this, this, then this, then this. And
This happened, and then bad stuff happened.
yeah, and I pride myself on my action sequences. The most exciting scene that happened was a very juicy fight scene that took place, and like definitely juicy, like lots of blood, and and like my characters were getting away with it without like having anyone investigated or any of that shit, and I was like, man, I'm just not feeling it. Plot holes the size of Kansas in this thing, so.
Yeah. What I was going to say too is what I found interesting, and I think you might find interesting too, is so for a long time I've been kind of written Wattpad off
Mm-hmm.
because everyone was like, it's just for fan fiction. And I remember looking at it in like 2016, it was like all like One Direction fan fiction.
Right.
But so I've been looking into it pretty hard this last week. And all like the hot rising stuff, a lot of it's horror.
Nice.
It's like original horror and thrillers and shit like that. So
That's pretty cool.
I really think it has potential for guys like me and you to go on there and put some like, and a lot of the tags on there will be like, "Oh, he's scared," and shit like
Mhm.
that, like your hashtags.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, like this is kind of what I write.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting, and it has. I think Wattpad has like it's like 10 million users or something, and then Royal Road also has several million.
Yeah.
20 people.
Right. That's a good call. I think that's a good call. Um,
Also looking at Medium, I think we talked about that too.
it's possible, but my memory's not what it used to be. But
Joe had a rough night. He saw 5 meters last night. Allegedly may have drank a little. Allegedly.
yeah, I'm a little slow today.
But yeah, so Medium is also another one of these writing websites.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it's more for nonfiction. I haven't really looked at the fiction side of things.
Yeah.
But if it looks like it has a little bit of momentum behind the fiction, I'm probably going to focus on there too, just to like what the hell, get it out there.
Yeah, I mean, the important thing is to get your work out there. I say that, I guess you could say ironically, because I say that, yet the only work that anyone sees publicly posted by me was my book that came out this year. But I think what really motivates me to do better is, I mean, I do better when I hang out with other people who also write like yourself. Like every time we did a podcast, I like start sitting, like I'm already on my computer. Excuse me, I'm already on my computer. I just gonna start writing now. I'm staring at my screen right now. I can just open up Noveler and get right to work. And you know, there's a friend of mine who lives the next town over from me, and he runs Call of Cthulhu campaigns, and he's also a novelist. And I'm actually, oh fuck, I just remembered I'm beta reading his book. I was supposed to do that 2 months ago. Anyway, so I'm beta. I'm so sorry. Do not. I am not a good beta reader. I am a faithless plebeian.
Don't send Joe your manuscript.
Oh,
It'll be published before you hear
Jesus, I have so much shit to do. Yeah, but I'm not happy unless I'm fucking piled up, though, apparently. Anyway, so I hang out with this guy, and, you know, sometimes we have some rum together, and we talk about, like, the Cthulhu mythos and stuff like that. And, you know, every time, yeah, right? And every time I hang out with this guy, like, I always just wanted to sit right down and just, like, go right to town on my book. And,
Well, it gets you motivated.
yeah, and, you know, it just occurred to me this year that, you know, I write better. Well, my job, alright, so I do security at a methadone clinic. I don't know what you know about places like that, but it's not very...
I tried not to hang out at
not a lot of mental floss by working there. A lot of it is people arguing about what their favorite sports team is and how shitty their life is. And, you know, I could take inspiration off of that, but you can't have, like, an intelligent conversation with them sometime because they're always bitching about something. So, you know, when I hang out with someone who also does the stuff that I do, it motivates the hell out of me to work on it. Just like my brother, he's like a big mechanic, like he's like a legit mason, stonemason and all that shit. And every time I hang out with him, I want to like do that stuff too. I want to work on my truck a little bit. I want to work on my yard, you know. So you really got to hang out with people who can inspire you. I grew up with mostly just my dad, and my dad read a lot, but he didn't like writing. In fact, I still tell him how to spell certain things. Even when I was in middle school, I was telling him how to spell things. It's not his fault, you know, his teachers failed him, and they treated him like shit, but, you know, he read all the time, and that kind of got me reading all the time, too, so that's kind of something that, you know, I picked up off of that, so, you know, I guess the phrase of the day is find friends that you can work around, because during NaNoWriMo,
I guess it could also be said, like, you are the company
yeah,
you
yeah.
So if you're not around people who are going to keep you motivated, it maybe they're just going to drag you down a little
Mm-hmm.
bit. Because, I mean, I've noticed that as I got older. That's one of those, like, bullshit things your parents say when you're young. You're like, yeah, that's not going to You just don't like my friends, Dad.
It's
But
just
as I
like
got
that.
older, yeah. So another thing I've been working on is growing out, like, social media and stuff. And I've seen you're really active on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Has that
Well,
like Instagram route?
yeah, I have yet to create an Instagram for myself, which would be the smart thing to do. Creating an Instagram for my writing specifically would be good. I do have a private Instagram page, which I post on it like once a month or twice a month kind of thing. Mostly just for like bookmarking parts of my life with my kids. But on Twitter, I got off of Facebook because it's that scrolling shit. When I'm on Facebook, it's just scroll, 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 and it's a never-ending wheel of scrolling. And it was...
Slater, little backstory here. Slater had a very tiny addiction to Facebook.
It was pretty bad.
Because, like my grandparents, you can't stop scrolling.
Mm-hmm. It was bad.
And Facebook knows
Yeah. I had the dankest memes, though. Anyways...
Mark Zuckerberg tricks you.
That bastard. The thing I like about Twitter is it's just like a quick thing that I can do, and so like if you I go to Twitter to get my news. Like I just want that's how I find out my world events when I get up. I can't have my phone at work, and when I get home from work, I'm so tired I don't even want to look at my phone. So when I'm getting ready in the morning, I flip through Twitter for a minute in my truck when I'm waiting to go into work. And, like, you know, France is rioting because they don't like their taxes going up. Come on, America, pick up the fucking slack. France is doing better than you with their taxes again. And you know, we had the Boston Tea Party. They're you know, I'm not getting into that shit.
I stay out of politics.
Me neither.
Have you noticed it helped? Have you had any like decent interactions on Twitter with fans, or is it helping at all, like book sales wise?
I think it helped a little bit with book sales. I follow a hashtag. It's hashtag horror writing prompt or horror prompt, and every time they post something, I share it, and I post. They give you like the prompt is. Like for Thanksgiving, it was stuffing, and I wrote a short rhyming poem about me eating my ex-wife, and they like shared it. Other people follow it, and they shared it too, and that got my name out there. When I post stuff to I love Mr. King a lot, but when he constantly posts shit about politics, it frustrates me because I fell in love with Stephen King for his writing, not for his political stances. And, you know, I posted one time, I remember when you just, I was being the sarcastic little asshole that I am, and I was like, I remember when you just posted shit about writing. That made me inspired to do writing. And now the only thing you talk about is Trump's temper tantrums. So...
I get everyone has a political... This is my whole thing on... I get everyone has a political opinion. I'm just honestly not in politics.
Yeah.
I used to be a mortician. I don't think we live long enough for me to give a shit. That's like literally my political opinion. And people get like really freaked out when I tell them that. Because they're like, how do you not care? I'm like, dude, I scraped a 5-year-old off the interstate. I could die any minute.
Mm-hmm.
I can't care about everything.
Yep.
So that's kind of dark.
No, go on. No, I'm listening.
That's my whole point on it, and it really stresses me out when I see like all of my favorite creators, and I don't care what side you're. A lot of them are like on both sides of the political spectrum, I guess. And I'll be really excited because I'm like, oh man, what's this comic book creator I love? Like, what's he putting out next? And then instead, I have to scroll through like garbage of political vomit. Is almost what it is.
Yeah.
Because it's stuff like you can tell, like, a lot of it, and I see it with Stephen King, it's stuff you would say to your friends when you're at the bar and you're 3 beers in, and you're like, let me tell you what's wrong with this fucking
Yeah, that's probably the most accurate.
I worked at enough bars. I know that look. I know that, like, old guy look they get in their eyes when they're going to say some left field, like, some shit way out of,
Yeah, dude.
way out of outfit.
Man, I've heard, because of the people that come to the clinic, I've probably heard every conspiracy theory known to man already. And the most interesting and recent one I've heard was that mankind has already been wiped out. We just recreated a more intelligent race.
So
Yeah. and I'm like, okay, I dig it. I'm not gonna judge, man. Like, go for it. Man, you do you.
that is such a good story prompt.
It is, right? That's what I
I
thought.
mean, can you imagine that? Like, you have I can see this whole story now. You have a team of archaeologists. They're digging in the pyramids. They get down. They find some, like, bones with an M16, and they're, like, spray painted on the wall says, like, don't hit the button, or some shit. Don't let it happen again.
And then they oh man, then it's like Jurassic Park, and they recreate the human race, only to realize that the human race is more violent than they ever expected. They kill the archaeologists, and then the human race takes over the world. Boom. Here we are today.
That's like some Arthur Clarke stuff,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit that really, like, you get to the end of the book only to realize it doesn't really have an end. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just get really angry, like, damn it. But yeah, so I've been using, and that's one of the reasons I think I don't put more stuff out on Twitter is because I'm afraid I'm gonna get caught up, like.
Caught up in some shitstorm.
Yeah, because I have to unfollow. I've unfollowed a lot of people I really look up to just because I don't want to see that. If you're not talking about writing or reading or stuff,
Yeah.
or science,
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to follow you.
Yeah, I don't follow, I don't really follow many writers now. I follow writing pages. Because writing pages are the ones that talk about it.
I follow a lot of, like, YouTubers, and, like, I think the person I follow the most is Grading
Mhm.
and a guy named Will Erickson, because they both just post a lot of shit about, like, classic, you know, like, vintage
Mhm.
paperback books, which I collect the hell
Mhm.
out of, which is what I post to Instagram for the most
Yeah.
part. Is, like, I've been doing that every day. I post, like, a book from my collection that I think the cover's cool, and then I give, like, a little backstory.
Yeah.
And that's been doing pretty good. And I've also seen people. I know you were saying you might get an Instagram too. Do like quotes from their books instead of just like covers and movies.
You know, I kind of like that too. Yeah, quotes from their books, I like that. Because the coolest thing about it to me is, you know, we all do, like, I mean, we're all writers here, but, like, you know, you ever write that line and you're like, fuck, how did I come up with that line, man? That's fucking sweet.
This is
Yeah, like that golden line that just pops up. And my favorite one that I've written, or I can't say the favorite one, but a line that I really liked was one of the hook sentences to the chapters in the Vacation Planet. And I said something about something spreading like plague in a wool blanket. And I was like, fuck, how did I come up with that? And then I was like, and then another hook sentence starts with something like, is spread with the darkness of mankind. And I was like, wow, I need to chill out. Yeah, there's always like that line that comes up. So that's a really clever idea, actually, to like post a quote that you like from your own work. Because if you like it, you know, maybe someone else will too. I personally,
I've seen a lot of that.
like,
Fan art. I've seen people post fan
mm-hmm.
art. And then, you know, it seems like there's a lot to do there. And I think as authors, I honestly don't think authors do enough on Instagram compared to, like, I also follow, like, musicians and rappers and stuff, and they post a lot more
Mhm.
stuff, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, so it was Kim Chance that I was thinking of. Kim Chance, I'm looking at my Twitter right now, but she is just such a gem. Like, she is so intelligent. She always has the best writing advice. But when you're on her Twitch, Twitter. When you're on her Twitter, it's all like promo stuff for her book Keeper and Seeker, and it's all promo work. All like, hey, by the way, have you seen this book that I'm coming out with? And I'm like, yes, Kim, I've been knowing about it since last year. So thanks.
But see, that's smart.
Yeah,
That's
but
it's smart if she can do it in the way. Are you
but
okay
you'd
with
also
using spam posts?
yeah, they're like spam posting sometimes, and the one this one author I love is Jenna Moretti,
Oh yeah,
MORE.
I watch her YouTube.
She's good because she don't give a fuck, and she knows how to do what she does, and she's also majored in business, so she knows what she's doing, and I follow her. And so if I can copy what I do watching Jenna is because she knows how business works. I follow her, and I'll try it once in a while. I'll copy a similar thing that she's doing on her Twitter, like not carbon copy, but kind of get the idea. Like I'm looking at her page right now. It's like it says 2 big goals achieved. 1, I published my second novel. 2, I finally reached a point where I can now make more money as an author than I did with my fiance. Yes, writing can be a career. You can just put it up if you just put in the work. That kind of stuff. I'm into that kind of stuff. And it's a good setup. I recently found out that my dead authors page is still linked to my Facebook. So just avoid that. But if
Are you not doing anything with your author page?
no, well, my YouTube, my Facebook page or my authors page. The best information you can find about where I am with my writing progress is on my Facebook page. But it has a link to a regular author's website that I created in 2013 and didn't touch since I got it. So I would just avoid that. However,
You might want to update your website.
yeah, that's a good call. I knew someone when I was working for T-Mobile who said he was going to set up a website for me. Man, I'm happy you're doing like the website for this shit because I do not know what I'm doing at all. Like I.
WordPress. Squarespace. I don't know. We
See, those are all things that I'm learning about still. So, yeah. So I'm probably going to work on that somewhere between when I'm going to spoil a novel and when I don't create and when I don't publish another one. Oh, that would really make me sad. Oh, balls. That would make me so sad. Don't touch my truck. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fuck. Yeah,
It'll be like it'll be like 5 inches to the left of the back wheel.
mm-hmm.
Just far enough up that you can't reach up there with a hammer.
That's really not fun. Alright, I'll just like not send something to you until it's published then. How about that? Don't get me excited and then don't do it.
Joe's kind of a cock teaser.
Yeah, yeah, though. Yeah, you like that? You like that, do you? Do you? Well, it's gone now.
Like this plot? Do you like these characters? You like it? Guess what? Put another one out. That's all you're getting. But yeah, I guess I'll put everything, other stuff in the show notes. I guess next week we'll come back and we'll talk more about how we think this stuff's working for us
Mm-hmm.
going forward. And I guess yeah, we'll try for next week. But I'm not gonna say it's 100% just because it is the holiday season.
Yeah. The holiday season.
If things do get crazy, this is the season of holidays.
Yeah. It's a dark time of the year.
The dark times. I'm so happy I don't work retail.
Oh, fuck. I don't miss that shit at all.
Amazon's hiring in my city right now, and I'm like, yeah, that ain't worth $13 an hour.
No. I'm one of the reasons why Amazon workers hate their lives. So, I wouldn't be a part of that.
Editors, Amazon workers,
Yeah.
normal people.
Most normal people. I am, man.
But alright, we are coming up on the hour, and we will see you next week. If we don't have an episode out the next week, then happy holidays. We'll be back after
All right. See you guys.